Chapter 1. Any strange beast there makes a man. London, October 1887. When a Whitechapel whore waves her tentacles at you, attention must be paid. Normally he would have passed on by, of course. It would not be wise to permit her to lure him in with her soft words and body. Before he knew it, he would find himself reeled in like a foolish trout, yanked from his element and skinned. Boned, possibly, if her pimp lurked in the alley and was more than usually desperate. Best to just tip one's hat and keep on walking, particularly after midnight in such a foul area. Tentacles, though. Not your everyday dolly mop, this one. He slowed, turned. The gears in his left leg were new and well-oiled, but he could still hear them whirring. Most people could not, but then most people had not spent 7 years being hunted across the globe. It had honed his senses, that. And an excellent thing, too, because his pricked ears detected tiny gasps coming from somewhere behind him. Some fellow's trying to mask his breathing. This bloody yellow fog is playing the devil with his lungs. He snorts like an animal. Reserving a corner of his mind for that potential threat, he saluted her with the smooth steel head of his stick, touching it to the brim of his bowler. A few feet away, a dim gaslight gave off the feeblest of glows. Beauty did not live in her features, of course. The comely ones easily found indoor work and better pay. This girl, and she was no more than 20, though she looked twice that, wore the drawn look that spoke of too much gin and too little food. None of her clothes matched, coming from a variety of second-hand shops and trash heaps. Covered in sad, soggy flowers, her hat was a milliner's nightmare. But even without those disadvantages, she had never turned heads. Her eyes were a trifle lopsided, the nose overlong, the chin too pointed. One canine was missing. "Evening, my lord," she croaked, voice as dry as a mummy's. "Fancy some company. Dreadful night to be alone, ain't it?" "Dreadful it is," he agreed. His eyes scanned her thin form. The tentacles had disappeared, tucked out of sight now that she had hooked him. "But I'm no lord." "A gentleman at least, though, with tongues like yours, and such refined speech." A corner of his mouth twitched beneath the fair mustache. "Oh, you should have heard me at his Londawanda, missy, with a Yorkshire accent and pauper's manners. I nearly pissed myself when they took the leg."